Good morning, everybody. Hi, Jenny. Thanks, Larissa, for inviting. Good morning, Shar. Hi, Sue. Good morning from the lake. That sounds so lovely on a Saturday. Hi, Meg. Hi, Jackie. Hello from London, England. London, sister. Hi from Salt Lake. I'll be there in like 10 days. Hi, Erica. Tracy. I felt it was appropriate to wear this for today's topic, but I do love wearing my headbanger from Lululemon. I have these in about as many colors as I do leggings. Hey, West Coast, North Carolina. Good morning, Facebook Live. Hi, Sherry in Belleville. Rebecca from Waterloo. Hi, Kayla. Hi, Alexis. Hey, Jess. Awesome. Good. I'm glad you guys are liking this series. I have loved doing this with you. Maryland, South Carolina. This is Lululemon. It's called their headbanger. It's great. Good. I'm so glad you guys are learning lots together. Hi, Rhonda. Hi, Melanie. Hi, Michelle. Hi, Catherine. Yes, I'm multi-streaming. That's right. So I'm doing this just to kind of gauge where I want to be going forward. So that's why I'm on Periscope and Facebook Live. I think both have really great aspects to them. And so far, what I've been doing is basically acknowledging a lot of the live questions on Periscope, since they fly by so quick, and then I come back and I address any comments on Facebook Live, because the nice thing with Facebook Live is that those comments in the videos, they all, they stay there, they live there, right? Whereas Periscope, it's kind of this you're in, you're out, flash and pan. So I love both communities. I was one of the early people on Periscope, and I love the community we have on there. So I might just keep doing this for a little while. Anna! Little shout out to CrossFit West Palm. That's so funny you recognize that. All right, well, welcome everybody to, can everyone see me and hear me okay? So I'll just play a little more music as I go here. Welcome to our day 3. Hi, Heather, of Healthy Homeschool. And today we're going to be talking about healthy skin. So our first day we talked about healthy air, how to increase the quality of the air you're breathing in your home. So we talked about some really great things on that video. More importantly, I loved what you guys shared with each other in the thread on Facebook Live about what you're doing in your home to promote a healthier breathing environment. And then yesterday we had a really great lengthy discussion around healthy digestion. And the question of the day yesterday, I asked you guys to share what your top takeaway was, and a lot of you wrote out a sweet paragraph around, just some new things that you learned on the broadcast yesterday around how to. Oh, it's cutting off my face. All right, how about I do this? Is that better? Just around what you're doing to link and connect your digestive system to your overall health, right? So there's a lot of ways that our body speaks to us, and one of the main ways is through our digestion, for sure. A lot of us feel as though it's normal to go through our day with stomach aches and bloating and constipation, when in fact that is very not normal. It is unfortunately a lot of our normal here in North America. So yeah, hop back and watch the broadcast yesterday. Question about heartburn. Yeah, so I'm not going to go into that topic today. Basically anything I shared yesterday is going to impact your entire digestive system. Okay, so please go back and give that a watch. You can find it on the Whole Fit page or on Periscope. So before we kick off, I just want to announce yesterday's winner is Morgan McQueen. Congrats, girl. You won the bundle of DigestZen, Wild Orange, and my back to school ebook and webinar bundle. So please send me your shipping address. And let's dive right into today's topic. So I do want to share with you why I love talking about skin. Because well, I'm a girl, right? So we obviously love to not only feel healthy, but look healthy, right? We want to have that glow. And the thing you need to understand about glowing skin is that it really is an inside job. So it works its way internally and shows itself in the skin. So often when we're seeing things happening on our skin, there is some sort of breakdown internally. So, you know, I'm very passionate about healthy skin. I take very good care of my skin. I drink a lot of water. I drink 3 to 4 liters a day. I think that if you take one tip away today, it is that to go back and take a lot of water intake. Hold on one second here. I do love Jesus, but we don't need to be hijacking the broadcast. So water intake is very important for healthy skin. So number one, I'd ask you to look at what you're doing around that. Okay. So a good baseline to start with is half your body weight in ounces. So if you weigh 120 pounds, then you're going to try to increase your water intake to 60 ounces a day. A lot of people actually don't drink a lot of water, and they're not thirsty. And what's happening is their body is actually taking liquid, taking water from the tissues, okay, and from the organs. So this is why, you know, with babies, they're being hydrated every couple of hours throughout the day, right? And a lot of, if you're a nursing mom, a lot of your milk, the consistency of it is changing throughout as your child's getting, you know, progressing through the months. It's having more water in it, whereas in the beginning it has a lot more fat, right? So water intake's a good place to start. Now, when it comes to healthy skin, I'm going to talk about kids, and I'm going to talk about us as women as well, right? So I think what I'll first start off with is, you know, my daughter, Emerson, a lot of you know my story. A lot of you likely started following my journey and started your own essential oil lifestyle around the time that I did, especially if we were, you know, pals back then a couple years ago. And my daughter had full-blown eczema for the whole first year of her life. So I was on this like crazy journey trying to figure out what was going on. I was nursing, so I nursed her until she was almost 2. And so right away, initially, I was blaming myself, right? It's what we do as moms really well. And I was looking at my own diet and then trying to figure, I mean, I was eating very clean, very whole foods, and I was just trying to figure out what was the trigger. And I couldn't identify it. And so then I started to move into topical. I started to look into what I was using on her skin, and I wasn't using a lot of things. This was the second time I had been the mom of a baby, right? So I wasn't using all the products that I bought into when I had my first daughter, like the Johnson & Johnsons and all that baloney. So I wasn't putting a lot on her skin, but I did notice that when she was around people that were wearing perfume, she would have a complete reaction, right? Her whole body would go raw and red just by being around somebody with perfume. So that prompted me to start looking at everything in our home. And I personally do not wear fragrance. I haven't for over like 10 years. And I don't have a lot of products in our home, especially at that time. I didn't have a lot of things in our home that could have been causing it. But what I did realize it was the laundry detergent. It was the last place I looked. I had been buying this so-called healthy laundry detergent from Whole Foods. It was expensive, and it had a lot of natural things in it, like coconut oil, but it had natural fragrance, was on the label. That is a health washing term. It's a dirty term. So anytime you see fragrance in a product, it's not good. Okay, it has harmful things in it. So you need to look at these things, and that's where I really got into DIY land, and I started investing in my own knowledge when it came to essential oil use, and I started writing a lot of recipes. I tried a lot of things that didn't work, but then I pulled them all together and I started sharing them with my community. And probably the most popular recipe, I have it, I just pulled it from my, how do I get this showing? I pulled this from I'll come back to Periscope in a second. I pulled this from my cabinet. I just keep it taped up there because I make it all the time. So it's mirrored right now. I'm going to read this out to you on Facebook and Periscope. This is my liquid laundry detergent. I know a lot of you here know about this. It's probably the most popular thing I've ever blogged about because a lot of people are struggling with this issue, okay? So here it is if you guys are taking pictures on Periscope. Okay. And I'll read this out to you. So, yeah, it's mirrored on Facebook, so I'll read it out to you. This was trial and error for me, and this is probably the thing I was most excited about when it came to DIY. So this is so easy to make, you guys, and it's so cheap. And so all you do is you fill a big mop bucket. I like to make big batches at a time because this will last me about 2 months. So this will make you like a large mop bucket amount of laundry detergent. So it's a cup of Castile soap, such as Dr. Bronner's. I would recommend you get the unscented one. And 1 cup of baking soda, 1/3 cup of coarse salt, 7 liters of hot water, and then 20 to 40 drops of whatever essential oil you want to use. So my favorites for this are, I like to use straight up lavender with wild orange. I'll do 20 and 20, or you thought I was speaking from the hospital because of my band? That's so funny. And then sometimes I'll do straight up On Guard, lemongrass, Purify. So all of those oils work really well. You can use whatever you love, but the point is it works really well. It's super cheap to make, and it's super gentle, especially if you have kids. It's great for cloth diapers, everything, right? So anyway, I wanted to mention that at the kickoff of this broadcast because that for me really launched me into this journey. Now, when it comes to, other things you might want to look at before you're looking at topical, internally for healthy skin, it's a conversation around omega-3s. So a good way to determine whether or not you have enough fats in your diet is if your skin is kind of dry and scaly, then you probably need to increase not only your water, but your omega-3s. Now, you might have gone too far with it if you have slippery poops, okay? This is a good indication of too many fats in the diet. So for me personally, my fat intake is between 50 to 60%. Some days even higher. And the way I know that, I know my macros because I've been doing this for a long time, but you can go on to something like MyFitnessPal, and you can track what you're eating over the course of a couple days to try to figure out what percentage of your diet is protein, carbs, and fats. So looking at omega-3s, you want to be focusing on like whole foods, natural sources, right? I love coconut oil. I think if you're not doing anything right now, add a tablespoon of coconut oil into your diet. So again, internally working its way out into the skin. Obviously, lots of colorful fruits and veggies. The carotenoids in fruits and veggies, things like bell peppers, they're going to give your skin that glow. So it's a really good way to just have that natural even tan. A lot of people who have a little bit of a reddish kind of tan glow to their skin, they usually consume a lot of produce that is red in color or orange, like carrots. I know my dad, when he had cancer, he was juicing a ton of carrots, and his skin actually turned kind of orange, like a tan color. So that was really neat to see. Fermented foods are another thing to look at. So fermented foods like kombucha, tempeh, sauerkraut, kimchi, these are all really good for helping promote healthier skin because, again, they're introducing good bacteria into the gut. And then the top thing I can recommend when it comes to internally is to really limit your sugar intake. I would challenge you to try to bring down your sugar intake to between 20 to 30 grams a day. It's actually really hard to do. Okay, often like a typical yogurt, like things that you don't think are going to have sugar in them, like spaghetti sauce, ketchup, yogurt, they'll have like 10 to 15 grams of sugar in them. So it's in hidden places. It's not just reaching for candy. So you need to monitor that because sugar is it's a poison in our body, right? And it's really going to block your beautiful energy. And sugar also comes in the form of just digesting too many carbohydrates, right? So you really want to watch that. Okay, so let's talk about some topical stuff. I know you guys are excited to learn what I would most recommend for healthy skin topically. There are a lot of ways you can really access that glow quickly through your skin, through what you're putting on your skin. Number one, there are some pretty big companies out there right now that are starting to switch their marketing to say things like, we know this has a lot of chemicals in it, but it works. So what? Just use it. There's a major network marketing company that positions themselves that way. that they know their products have a lot of chemicals, but hey guys, they work. You're gonna have beautiful skin if you use them, so just try to ignore the chemicals. No, thank you. You do not have to exchange your beauty for your health, okay? So number one, come back to a natural state. What you will notice when you start using natural ingredients, natural ingredients in your skincare, in your self-care, your body will go through a little bit of a transition. How many of you experienced this? How many of you experienced a bit of a transition phase where maybe like the deodorant didn't work so well, or your skin maybe started to break out when you came off of the chemicals? Yeah, a lot of people commenting. This is very normal. So the key thing is that you, a lot of whistleblowers on Periscope right now. I didn't say it, but yes, you're right. So, you know, when you are going through this transition period, it usually will take a couple of weeks. You want to increase your water intake because your body is working its way through a process. And then you will come into the promised land of like having, you know, your body actually working with you because it realizes you're not putting this poison on it anymore. So let's start off with baby skin, because I do want to circle back with my daughter, okay? Not only did I eliminate the fragrance and everything, but topically I kept it super simple with her. And I actually used coconut oil. So I've got all my products here. So you can either use an organic, like solid form of coconut oil. The lighting's kind of wonky over here. The promised land, that's right. Okay, so how come I cannot get this to like be good lighting? Hold on. Okay, so Facebook Live is too bright and Periscope is too low. That's the problem with multi-scoping, right? Okay, so coconut oil as a solid, as you guys know, you can get the big massive jars at Costco. It is going to be a solid at room temperature, so it's not as easy to work with. Which is why we love using fractionated coconut oil. So this is the one doTERRA makes. I believe it's like $12 or $13 at wholesale. And it's a great bottle. This is actually the older style with the flip top. They now come with, where you can actually just pour them out as drops. So I love coconut oil as the base for adding your essential oils to the skin. Now, if you want to make something that's going to stay on the skin a little bit longer, you're going to want to involve a double broiler kind of system and melt down some shea butter or beeswax if you're not vegan. That's going to give it more of a consistency that's going to sit on the skin like a salve. And you just want to play around with your recipe a little bit to get the texture you're wanting. But you could do equal parts coconut oil and shea butter, melt that down, and then add your essential oils to it. You could even whip that to make kind of a mousse, like a whipped consistency. Now, my favorite oils for promoting skin health with a child or with an adult, any kind of skin healing, are always going to be lavender. So lavender is the oil of all things calming, okay, especially for the skin. So this is one you'll use all the time with your kids. Now, I am showing you right now the one that doTERRA sells, the Touch bottle, which is pre-diluted in coconut oil. It is probably the one product as a mom, you will go through one of these every single month because you'll use them for everything. Bug bites, anything skin, I mean anything, you name it, this is gonna help support. So I keep one of these in like every single room in my house and they're all about this full. So that's just a little bit left in it. So yeah, as someone mentioned, it's the Swiss Army knife of oil, absolutely. So this lavender in the pure bottle form, you're going to add to your coconut oil, to whatever solutions you're making up for the skin, and it's going to be extremely helpful. You could just do lavender. If you want to kick it up a notch, you'll likely want to add frankincense in. Now, frankincense it's the king of oils. It is a pricier oil. You know, depending on where you live, it's between $70 and $90 at wholesale for the larger bottle. So it's an oil that you'll want to have in your home because, did I hurt my head? No. Note to self, wear hot pink next time. You know, frankincense is something that you're going to use when you don't know what to use because it has so many uses in the body. It is like lavender, but it kicks it up a notch. Absolutely, you can use frankincense with your kids. It's very gentle. It's not a hot oil or a cold oil. It's neutral that way. Two other oils that are worth mentioning when it comes to the skin are geranium and myrrh. Now, I have mentioned myrrh oil before. I like using it specifically for my nails. Do you guys see, like, I'm somebody who, I still pick quite a bit, but my nails have never been this strong. And I use myrrh every night and coconut oil on my hands, and I massage that in. So, geranium is also great for the skin, and one other one I want to mention for actually keeping the skin clean is melaleuca or tea tree oil. So I'm showing you here in the touch roller bottle. So basically, melaleuca is going to be the first aid element that you're adding into your skin. So if my kids get like a boo-boo or a scrape or something, then I'm going to be using melaleuca with lavender on their skin, because this is what's going to clean the area, and lavender is what's going to calm. Geranium is just, the constituents in geranium are known to promote healthy skin turnover. It's a very feminine oil. I don't love it directly out of the bottle. How many of you are with me on that? It's very intense, very pungent, but I absolutely love it by putting it like one drop in my skincare or in the bath. It's amazing. It's very regenerating. Okay, so I've touched on oils. I now want to go into some of the actual products doTERRA has that are so brilliant for your skin. I'm going to start with the armpits. How many of you are still using something that is not super healthy for your pits? You know, one of the things that we think deodorants or antiperspirants should do, we think that they should make us stop sweating. You do not want to stop sweating, okay? So your body, sweating is a way that your body releases and eliminates and cleanses itself. So you want to make sure that you are still sweating. However, you don't want to stink, right? So natural deodorants are going to take a transition period. Someone else mentioned crystal deodorant. That works great too. Here's what I like to do with doTERRA's, because doTERRA made this deodorant last year. And it was smart of them to not use baking soda, because a lot of people have issues with baking soda, right? For any of you that have used or made your own deodorant before, baking soda can be sometimes too harsh. It doesn't bother me. I like it because it makes it a little bit more effective. But what I like to do with doTERRA's natural deodorant stick, sorry the lighting's like, let me try to turn this down. So doTERRA's stick doesn't have an overwhelming aroma. But what I like to do, a lot of you are mentioning this, I shared this last year when this came out. What I like to do is I pick whatever oil I'm drawn to, and I put a drop right on the top of the stick, and it actually helps to change the consistency a little bit, okay? Got a lot of trolls on Periscope, sorry you guys. Now my favorite oils for adding to the deodorant stick are clary sage and geranium. So the nice thing about that is you are able to get side benefits from your deodorant as opposed to harmful side effects, okay? So your lymph system is right there, so it's really important. So I wanted to touch on that as we were talking about skin. Okay, let's talk about the face. No, let's talk about the body, and then we'll work our way up to the face. So when it comes to your body, dry skin brushing, how many of you do this? Okay, I want to tell you guys something. If you want to understand that we all start somewhere, I want you to hop onto YouTube and I want you to look up Whole Fit dry skin brushing. You'll see one of the very first videos I did on YouTube about 7 years ago, and it's super cheese. However, I leave it up because I want to show you guys that we all have to start somewhere. And it actually could be argued that this today is not my best performance. But this is why I love Facebook Live and Periscope. We keep it real, right? Nobody likes perfect anymore. So, Whole Fit Dry Skin, yeah, HOLFIT. You'll see me in a bathroom talking into a dry skin brush in that video. Okay, so this is why I love dry skin brushing. You want to do this a couple times a week, and basically watch my video to learn how. But what this is doing is it's going to exfoliate your skin, and it's also going to help move the lymph through your system, because your lymph doesn't work on a pump, so it actually needs, you know, this is why jumping on a trampoline is actually so healthy, because it helps move the lymph up so that anything being eliminated into the lymph can be or dumped into the lymph can be eliminated. So dry skin brushing is brilliant for healthy skin, and you want to keep a light but kind of firm touch, and you basically work your way up towards the heart. If you're brand new to this, you might not do it too intensely. I could actually like do circles on my skin. I've been doing it for so long. I love it. It's so invigorating. And what I personally love to do for my skin is I will dry skin brush before the shower. So you can see this is like right on my skin, right? And then I get in the shower and I use something very natural in the shower. There's actually some really great products doTERRA is launching at convention, which I can't say much more about, but they're going to be really helpful when it comes to your self-care. A natural brush, bamboo is great. So stay tuned. How many of you are going to convention? Tap it up. How many of you are going to convention? I want to feel the energy of this group. How many? I know a lot of you here are using doTERRA already. I know there are some of you here who, you know, your interest is piqued. You've been watching a lot of broadcasts. You've been looking at it for a long time, and so convention is, yeah, a lot of people going. Awesome. Convention is in like 10 days in Salt Lake City, Utah, and I know half of the product category doTERRA is launching. I was there a couple weeks ago to play with it, and let me tell you, it is amazing. They're all amazing. Everything I tried. There are actually 3 products of the ones I tried that for me are like game changers. So, no, I'm not Mormon. A lot of religious questions today. Okay, so anyway, dry skin brush before the shower, hop in the shower, use something that's not going to poison your skin in the shower. Very important, because you're going to be in a high temperature shower, so your pores are really open, which means a lot more is filtering in through the skin. So you want to make sure that you're not using anything that has a lot of chemicals or fragrance in it. When you get out of the shower, my favorite thing to do is to use either my fractionated coconut oil. Actually, what I'll often do is I'll take my coconut oil and doTERRA's unscented, non-fragrance lotion. I'll mix a little bit of both in my hand, and I'll add whatever oils I'm drawn to that day and put them into my skin. So in the summer, you would just want to avoid using any citrus oils like lemon or wild orange or grapefruit, because those are photosensitive. They will cause your skin to sunburn a little bit quicker. So just be mindful of that. I personally love using like frankincense, geranium, clary sage. They're great. Any of the mood oils are great, like Citrus Bliss, Balance, Elevation. Those are great in your lotion. If you want a little bit of therapeutic effect, add Aroma Touch. It's wonderful in your lotion. It just makes you feel like you're at the spa. So that's really great for skin health. Now let's finish off talking about our face, okay? So again, exfoliation is really important when it comes to your skin. A lot of people could actually exfoliate every single day. It really depends on how sensitive your skin is. And so try to leave your questions for the end, you guys. I'm just trying to stay focused. We're almost done. So when it comes to exfoliating your skin, you can use something manual. So here I have my Clarisonic, pink, obviously. And I like this because I will, yeah, right now I'm making my own body wash. So I will use this usually 3 times a week. And it's just a little motorized unit, and you just put it on damp skin, work its way in. I will do this before I apply any serums or anything. The other system I want to mention, yeah, Jenny just mentioned it. It's called Reveal. And Reveal is an incredible exfoliating system. So it's 2 parts. One is a polish, the other one is a peptide activator. And they smell amazing. They work so well. Your face will feel like your baby's bum after you're done. Again, you might want to use this 2 to 3 times a week. So exfoliating is really important. When it comes to taking care of your skin and the system you use, you guys know I'm a diehard for the Virage system, right? It's 4-part system. This is my favorite. Some people, when they first start with it, because Virage, the most intense product in the system is the Immortelle Serum. And this has the oils that Immortelle have in it. They can be intense oils for people who are virgin to oils. So it has frankincense, Hawaiian sandalwood, it has myrrh, rose, helichrysum, lavender, beautiful oils, like the most beautifying oils are in this serum. This system is my favorite of all time. I just want to marry it. I love it so much. It rates super low on the environmental working group ingredient list. It is so clean, plant-based, gives you an instant glow. If you have not tried this, you guys, you need to get it, and you will marry it too. And it'll last you likely 2 months. It's about $90. So I just added on to my rewards order with doTERRA. So I not only, like, this is the cool thing with doTERRA. You order monthly, you earn all this free product off things you're using and buying anyway, and they're way healthier for your skin. So it has a cleanser, it has a toner, it has a moisturizer, and a serum. And if you find that this is too intense, then just cut back on the Immortelle serum and use this just a couple times a week, okay? The one other product, doTERRA has another line, the Essential Skincare line. I don't know if you guys have ever tried this, but I absolutely love the face cleanser in this line. And they have a jar, I didn't bring it down with me, but they have a jar moisturizer, which is really great for the winter. The only thing I don't love about it is that you actually have to put your fingers in it, which introduces bacteria into the product. But so I will often just make sure I have really clean hands and then use that in the winter. But I love this one. It has melaleuca and peppermint. So it has a little tingle to it, and it's nice in the winter when you want something a little more moisturizing. Okay, almost done. So that's the skincare system I use. Now I also do something called oil cleansing. I will often use Virage once a day, an oil cleanse. It depends on what kind of mood I'm in. If I want to spend a little more time, I'll oil cleanse, which basically means you just put some lipid, like a coconut oil, in your hand, and you apply that to your dry skin with your makeup and everything on. And you can add a drop of lavender or frankincense to that, which would be brilliant. And then you take a warm washcloth and you wipe it off. That's oil cleansing. So you can look it up and learn more about that. Okay. The last product I brought down with me I wanted to share with you guys was CorrectX. It's incredible. Anti-aging products, Virage is going to be your best bet. It's turning the skin cells over and it's super nourishing. CorrectX is an unsung hero as well. I'm mentioning a few unsung heroes this week on this series. It is so great for cuticles, for under the eye. I actually started a thread in my oil user community group the other day, and a lot of women were sharing all the unique ways they use this. One of the gals mentioned that she puts this in the fridge and she taps under her eyes in the morning and it gets rid of puffiness. So do the oils make you break out more? No. No, breaking out is an internal issue. So it can be hormonal, digestive, it can be a lack of good bacteria. It's not usually going to be the natural products you're using on your skin. So CorrectX is amazing. Again, I would use this if I had a little one who had skin issues. This is just a nice, quick, instant grab. It has frankincense, helichrysum, cedarwood, melaleuca, and lavender, and it's suspended in a gel. So it's really awesome. Okay, so got my frankincense roller bottle. I actually love doing this. I didn't mention Immortelle today. I don't know the roller bottle, but I love Immortelle for also using under my eyes and as a deodorant. It's great. One other cool way you can use the roller bottle is I have melaleuca here. You can roll a little bit on the back of your hand and then apply that onto your arms as well. Brilliant. Melaleuca works so well that way. So I've shared a lot of my best practices with you guys. I'm just going to top up my coffee here and take a few questions. I know there are a lot of comments going on the Facebook page, so I'll hop back over there. Best product for preteen boys. For acne, there is a line I didn't talk about today because I didn't think it would target a lot of the audience here today, but doTERRA has a line called HD Clear. Here is the oil from that line. I actually love the smell of this line. This lighting is not the best for showing products close up. Sorry, you guys. HD Clear is the one you'll want to look up. Hormonal breakouts. So you'll want to support your hormonal system. Pop quiz for all the people in here that are oilers. What are the best oils to use to support your hormones? Help a sister out here, and then I'll let you know my yes. Okay, so Periscope's responding. Clary Calm or Clary Sage is going to be the best. So Clary Calm is actually great because it's a blend created by doTERRA that has geranium and fennel and vitex and Clary Sage in it. And you would just roll that over your uterus area every day if you have imbalances. And then doTERRA has a product, it's a phytoestrogen product, a supplement you can take as well. So you want it's an internal job, right? Dry skin brushes you can get at any health food store, even Shoppers Drug Mart. Any drugstore will carry these now. Actually, I think the dollar store has them now. Was I surprised Immortel wasn't the product? Yeah, I kind of was. I know. It has been at least the last 3 years I've been in doTERRA. Yes, Correctex is good for that. Psoriasis, again, internally, work its way out. Omega-3s and water intake. Elimination in your diet is probably going to be a factor as well. So avoiding some of those top triggers like dairy and soy. Oftentimes strawberries and tomatoes are an issue. Dry skin brushing will feel a little bit rough in the beginning, yes. Great, I'm glad you enjoyed it. I'm going to be at the Vivint Arena. I went to Salt Palace last year, so this year me and my team, I have about 130 from my team coming, from Team Whole Fit. Woo-woo! And most of us are going to be in the Vivint Arena, or whatever it's called now. You use the facial cleanser every day. Should you change it up, or is that okay? Hey, it's okay if it's working for you, right? Every skin's different. Sometimes when you change it up, like pop in some oil cleansing here and there. I personally like to oil cleanse in the morning when I don't have like makeup on. I'm not speaking at convention. I'll be speaking at the Share Success Summit on Tuesday. Yeah, Immortela's deodorant actually works really well. You know who shared that? Do you guys know who shared that tip? It was like last year. Emily Wright. So she uses that. I'm sure she doesn't like to talk about it too much because it'd be an expensive habit. But for those of you that really put your self-care on a pedestal, you might want to use Immortel as your deodorant. Oh yeah, Keely, right. Okay, yes. Did you get an email from them this week? That's right. I actually will be, yeah, okay, cool. Keely, Essentially Obsessed, is in the room as well. She was with me in Utah looking at the new products. We're going to be on stage presenting our faves. Yeah, we'll definitely need to chat. Okay, good. I'm glad you got the email. I don't know if everyone got it. All right. Wow, that was 40 minutes. You guys hung out for 40 minutes. Rock on a Saturday morning. What's everyone up to today? I've got a call at 11, and then I'm going to do stuff all day with the kids. Thank you guys. What about oily skin combinations? So the interesting thing is often when you have oily skin, your body is dry, so it's overproducing, right? So it's all about bringing your skin back to balance. So I would try some of the approaches I talked about today. Oil cleansing with coconut oil is actually great for oily skin because coconut oil is actually drying on the skin. Cool, Keely. So yeah, I think often with oily skin, again, it's the body responding. It could be years of using a lot of harsh products on our skin. You guys should know something. When I was in high school, I went on Accutane twice. And oh my goodness, the things that we do before the lights come on, right? So I was on a real journey myself and this is what really led me into holistic nutrition. Yeah, pretty scary. All right, loves, I'm gonna close out. So hop over to the Facebook brand page. I'm going to post today's picture with the question of the day. And the giveaway for today is going to be for a bundle, a lavender touch roller bottle. Again, you'll go through one of these every month if you have kids. And Correctex, that last unsung hero I talked about. And my back to school ebook and webinar bundle. Okay, so we'll do that draw tomorrow morning. And tomorrow's topic is going to be all about encouraging a healthy immune system in our kids and in us, how to do it right as we're about to change seasons. Okay? See you guys tomorrow.